What up, folks? AJ, the CEO. How are y'all all doing? I hope you're doing great. This is, I'm changing it up. You see, I have the mic, and this is actually getting on my nerves because I'm hearing the echo. Hey, folks, I hope y'all are doing well. AJ, the CEO. We're here every Friday as best as we possibly can to help you with your media ministry questions. You know, you see it right there, Dr. AJ. I don't go by it that much, but hey, I got the title, might as well use it. Thank you so much for stopping by, folks. We come here every Friday to try and help answer your questions as best as we possibly can. I don't know everything, but hopefully we're going to make your journey a little bit easier. If I don't get to your question, folks, know that you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours, yeah, that's the time, to get back in touch with you. And me or D will follow up with you and help you as best as we possibly can. If you need additional help, as in a phone call, a Zoom, a Google Duo Meet, whatever you call it, or an on-site, please let me know. And my phone is going off. Who's picking up my voice. Know that you can contact me or book an appointment with me at ajhomes.com/consultations. And that's about it. So I think I got everything. Let's go ahead and holler at the good folks we had. Now, I did start a little bit early because I got a lot of stuff going on today. And I have some older comments. Some people left here at 5 a.m. I happen to be up at 4, so we're going to get to that to help them out as well, too. Oh, before I even get started, hey, if you are not a part of it, know to join to look up Facebook, go to Modern Media Ministry, Made Easy, search for that is, and join the group. We got about 3,000 media ministries from all over the world that we're doing this every single day, helping each other. Not talking about denomination, nothing like that. We're about sharing our skills with each other so we can all move the kingdom forward. I only got to answer 3 questions. Don't live stream inside the group, and that's about it. So let's holler at some folks. We actually have, this one isn't showing up in the comments, but Mutha Pradakon, Karan, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Hello, thank you for joining me. I don't know if he's still on. That was at like 5:40 in the morning. Craddock TV, what is going on? Hello, hello. Mr. Clarence, hello. Parker, what is going on, sir? Fresh Start Church of Philadelphia. I was just in your area earlier, last week. Francisco, I was in your area earlier this week. Al, hey, how are you doing? Ty, hello, hello. Actually, I know I'm starting a little bit early. I got some stuff, some inspiration when I was driving back. We're gonna design a new countdown screen here that I'm gonna take in inspiration from the Tesla beta self-driving software. I like how that layout is. I'm gonna see if I can take my camera to show you it, or I might have to cut over to a video and show. But I want to see what y'all think about this, and we'll make the whole thing. Ty Johnson, again, thank you for the super chat, sir. I greatly appreciate it. We got some more comments jumping in here fast. Nikki, hello. Good morning. Bruce from Texas. Hey, what is going on? Timothy, hello, hello. Darius, what is going on? Reverend Jacobs, hello, how you doing? Mike from Canada, what is going on? Imran, hello. Norm, what is going on? Stephen, hey. I was actually in your area as well, too. I flew was right there into New Jersey, and I drove through New Jersey to get to Bristol. Dean, how you doing? Darren, hello, hello. Fred, Mr. Fred Lee from Ghana, how you doing? Thanks for joining. The man that I'm still upset with because he went to Egypt and didn't invite me, Daniel, what is going on? I've actually had this mic for a bit. This is my moving around camera. I haven't used it that much, but the Rodecaster actually has a new update so that I can connect my wireless directly to it. So I don't need a transmitter. And hopefully you're not getting sound because I don't have headphones. So I'm able to hook this to my Rodecaster and it just detects. So that's what's going on with it. It makes it easy. I got this that's idea from Monty, how he does his stuff. Mike, oh, it jumped on me. Mike, good morning to you as well. And Isaac, what is going on? So I'm going to jump right into some of y'all's questions, folks. And if you don't mind, if you would please go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and hit that bell notification. And Hey, it helps out. And I can't do this. It's an echo in there. I didn't get a chance to set it up. I want to make sure my audio is fine. And actually, I should have checked that first. Y'all obviously can hear me. I can't do this. It's an echo in there. I didn't get a chance to set it up. I want to make sure my audio is fine. And do y'all hear the echo? It's sounding kind of wild. Okay, it says sounds great. All right, thank you. I'm hearing the echo. I'm probably going to dial it in a little bit more. I didn't get a chance to set vMix to not send the feed back, so I'm hearing the mic itself and I'm hearing the stream from my streaming system. You know what? And actually, before I do this, folks, I want to give a big shout out to first Ada Imaging, because y'all might not know, but this camera right here is the brand new Ada Imaging NDI camera that they sent me. This is a 18X. Be on the lookout for a review coming up for that one. And then we got another camera that you probably see in the background. This is the Fumaco 4K auto tracking camera. So we got another one here. So review is coming in on this one as well too. So really excited about a bunch of new stuff. And I don't know if you can see as well too, Fumaco also sent me a new joystick as well. So we're going to be on the lookout for those. I've been on the road, so I haven't had a chance to get them as much as I wanted to do the reviews, but we'll get to them. They are coming. Great products. Let's see. We also got some Chriswell music from India. Hey, good evening. Daniel was like, Egypt was a 25th wedding anniversary trip planned from my wife. And how's she gonna plan the 25th wedding anniversary and didn't invite me? I'm just messing with you, but I'm glad you had it. Y'all, wow. Let's see. Yeah, the tracking is good. It's I like the fact that they're rolling out now. We still got the BZB gear right here that's auto tracking, and then we also have this one that is auto tracking. So we're migrating a bunch of our cameras to the 4K ones to test them out to see if they're worth, especially with the prices going down. It's just like with 4K TVs. It's starting to get to a point where it's actually better to buy the 4K than it is 1080p. I don't think the cameras are there yet, but if you're looking to do an investment, it might be a good one. We've been donating some of our cameras, the original cameras that I had, the A-Video1, I actually just installed over at Gates of Faith, donate that one to them, and then I have the other one, this one right here. I might put the 4K one there. I just don't know if the arm is going to be strong enough to hold it. The cameras are not heavy, but I am thinking about switching that one out, and then this one is actually going to be donated to another ministry that's already been earmarked for that. But really excited about all the changes that we're able to do, not just bringing tech to y'all, but actually, y'all know my story. I'm excited about getting to a level of influence so that we can bless other ministries and we can move it forward. And I know everybody doesn't have the money to do this, and I have to be cautious when I say this. I like to donate and help other people. Timothy, thank you for becoming a Patreon member. I really appreciate that. But again, the whole goal of this is to try and educate as best as we can, show you that you don't have to spend millions to do it. But then on the side, when I'm blessed and able to help with YouTube, my business, and everything like that, we always give back. We are able to help with other ministries. We have blessed this house. I haven't had a chance to do that video, but we still are donating equipment to other ministries that might not have the ability to do it, but they have a good message, and we want to help upgrade them. That's one of the things we're going to be doing down in New London, North Carolina, that I just came from, that I posted a video last night about. So really excited about all of the stuff that we're able to do, not just talking, but actually doing stuff. So let's jump back now. I think I've stalled enough. Let's get to some questions. So Craddock TV asked me, would I do a video on doing vMix setup for a church? I actually have done that, but I will do an updated one about that. I think I did a video when I was showing I was going to do that at Antioch, and I was talking to John at Signs and Wonders that I wanted to think about moving us over to vMix, and it all depends. Yeah, so actually I do have a part one here. So Craddock, let me know if this video works for you. So this is the one that I have, live streaming church services, vMix tutorial. I will put this in the chat. But let me know what is missing on that video or whatever other items you want me to go over, and I would do that. Also, I didn't mention the caveat when I was telling my little story. The other thing I must say is I am very hesitant on talking about stuff like that because I've had people blow up my email talking about, like, you're doing well, why don't you give this to my ministry? I don't do that. I don't do that. So please, the quickest way you want to get your email blocked from my servers is send me some stuff like that. I'm not in a position to help everybody as much as I want to. I'm not there yet. But just inundating me with stuff like that, that does not help. It actually pushes you further, or it even kicks you off the list when it comes to stuff like that. But we will work on a video for you. And again, every time we hit a goal, we're at 57,500 subscribers. When we hit the 60,000, we're actually doing a giveaway. And where's that at? So every level, we're giving away a $2,000 live streaming bundle. That is a PTZ, that is an A10 Mini Extreme, that is a monitor, a joystick, and actually, no, it's not a monitor. It's mainly a camera, a joystick, an A10 Mini Extreme, and the cables. You have to provide the internet connection, the drive, something like this. I actually picked this up on Amazon Prime. This is the 1 terabyte, actually in a different color. Normally goes for like 130. I got this for 80. So obviously Prime Day is over, but I snagged a couple of these. Well, actually, I snagged one of these for my other stuff. But we'll include that, and that's promise that I said I'm going to do until we hit 250,000 subscribers, 250,000 subscribers. This is my way of using the platform I got to try and help out. Again, it's not about just talking. It's about what else can we do to move it forward. So hopefully all of Patreon supporters, YouTube members, that's what your money goes towards. It doesn't go towards the Tesla. It doesn't go towards this. It goes towards pooling that money so that we can give back and help. So anyway, let's see. Let me jump over to the first one. Mr. Clarence also had a question about what's any videos on setting up the UDM Pro. I've done that on quite a few setups. So actually, this is a Community Independent Methodist, sir. So one video you can check out right here is what I did at Community Independent Methodist, where I set this up. That was actually 2 years ago, which is wow. I will put this, and this is a good reference. Let me know if there's anything else that it is missing, and I will make another video to follow up for that as well for you. And Unify install. All right. Let's see. Let's fire away at some more questions here. We're on page 2. Let's see. Nikki was saying she was able to sort out her audio issue, which is good. It's just one of those things, man. I'm glad you got it working. Let's see. Back to Timothy. I'm just scanning through these. Good morning. Thank you for this time. I know we've talked via Messenger. I haven't been able to get on board. Well, hey, I'm glad you're able to join. And you have a follow-up comment here. I tried to update firmware in one of the 3 Fumaco PTZ cameras. No luck just yet on getting my PTZ controlling to see my IP cameras. Any advice? Well, let me go through and show you exactly the same thing with the new Fumaco camera that I have. The concept is exactly the same. So let me first cut over here. So right now, this was a new joystick. I'm waiting for the firmware for this so I can actually have a web interface for this one, but I have the IP address, and the good thing is, and you can't see it, let me do this. All right, so I don't know if you can see it. The cool thing about this new camera, if I zoom in, not to the back of my head, this new camera, it is 4K, and it actually will show your IP address and the frame rate and resolution, so it's very easy to see. So it makes it very easy to find the IP address there. So I am 192.168.0.94. So really easy to get a handle on. And let me set my cameras back. So we're going to go to that. And it's a couple of things. So typically and let me get this one. All right, I think that camera is... All right, it sounds like... That was my concern. It's something going on it's throwing some static. So I'm gonna have to switch back to this. Hold on 1 second. All right, so we're gonna be locked right back here, which is fine. And I actually moved my camera. Yeah. There we go. All right, so first we got to go in here. You log in. Typically, all of these is admin for the username and password. And when you're using this, you have a bunch of settings that you can go through. So we're going to go through our ports first. So typically, if you're using Visca over IP and you're using TCP protocol, the port is 5678 typically. If you're using UDP, it is 1259. And then if you're using Sony Visca, which typically you don't, it'll be 52381. So we got the joystick there, and let's actually cut over to the, and this is why I wanted the wireless. I'm gonna see if I can just switch back just to the unit itself so that I can get up and move. Testing. All right, that sounds a lot better. There's something going on with the headset. So let's go ahead and set that up. So let's cut over to, how do I have it? There we go. So we got this set up. So I'm gonna cut over to this other one right here. All right, so I can't see myself because I don't have the screen set up. But anyway, this is the beauty of having this auto tracking one here. So I am going to use my joystick over here. Let's go to camera number 2. And I'm just going to show you how we're going to configure that. Now, this one is actually already configured, but I'm going to just go through it so hopefully it helps as well. Now, remember the ports that we just talked about. That is important, and some joysticks do not support this. So first, we're going to go, that's actually going to be camera number 4, the Famaco that's over here. We're going to go to search. I'm going to Visca IP, especially if you have the search. This makes it super easy because you don't have to put this information in. So we're just going to search for Visca IP, and there's our camera. And I just have to select it and put it on the input that it is. So this is actually going to be on number 4, and that's it. Now, what if you didn't want to do that and you want to manually do it? Let's go all the way out. And all of these joysticks have some type of similar configuration on this. So we're going to go to Inquiry, and we're going to pick my camera. We're going to set this to 4. And this is the port. So you can depend on the protocol that you want to use here. So the protocol, I'm using Visca over IP. You also have on VIF, which is another one. Typically on VIF port is 2000. Go through the menu to see if it's there. So you have regular Visca. That's if it was an RS-232 connection, an old connection, a physical connection. I like getting away from that to where it's IP. It makes it easier. Having power, having network, and control over one cable. I do that one cable and video. You have Pelco. I have a Pelco controller, but I was never able to get it to work. That's the Visca Sony one. So that would be the port number would be 52381. But again, we're just going to go to the Visca over IP. And this is using UDP, which the port is 1259. And then we got that set. We just do a call, and now we have a connection. So that works. So really straightforward with that. Let me know any more detail of what you need with that. And we will do what we can to help you out. Now, let me put my headset back on, and maybe we can stay with this. I just can't hear myself. Can y'all hear me fine? I can't. I see audio is going. I just can't hear nothing. Oh well, I'm gonna switch back because I can't hear this. I hope y'all could hear me and I wasn't just talking. My bad. Can y'all hear me now? That was my sister texting me saying we can't hear. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that y'all were saying no audio. Please say that y'all hear me now. Can y'all hear me now? That was my sister texting me saying we can't hear. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that y'all were saying no audio. Please say that y'all hear me now. Can y'all hear me now? That was my sister texting me saying we can't hear. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that y'all were saying no audio. Please say that y'all hear me now. Can y'all hear me now? That was my sister texting me saying we can't hear. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that y'all were saying no audio. Please say that y'all hear me now. Yeah, I got you. I'm working on it. Thanks. Yeah, I got you. I'm working on it. Thanks. Yeah, I got you. I'm working on it. Thanks. Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Testing 1, 2, 3. Test. Audio's going here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1. Audio's going here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Test. Audio's going here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1. Y'all can hear me? Because I can't hear. Testing. 1. Okay. All right. It was something going on with my headset. I can't hear what's coming to me, but when I turned on the speakers here, y'all can see. Woo. Okay. That's if that ain't proof that stuff can happen to anybody. Oh, and there's a follow up to the other stream. Hey, well, thank y'all for the patience. So let me repeat everything. Can y'all tell me what was the last thing that y'all heard me say before y'all started saying no mic, no audio? That's strange. Everything was working perfectly fine. Let me keep this one off so I can actually hear what's going on. That is super, super strange. Normally I would hear. feedback coming from the stream. I don't know. Anyway, let me know where I left off at. My apologies, folks. He said now we can hear. Yeah, y'all can hear me. I had to go past my sound system and go to the TV. That's how I was able to hear. I couldn't hear nothing. I still can't hear nothing through here. So we're gonna have to do some work here. I'm seeing everybody saying no audio. My bad. My bad. So let me go back. 404 sound not found. All right. Let me go back. What's the last thing y'all remember me talking about before I lost the audio? Y'all said y'all heard when my sister called when I said I'm working on it. All right. My apologies. All right, I'm gonna keep this low so I can actually hear what's going on. All right. Tangela, hello. Let me go back on a couple of people and hold on. Let me play this. Hold on 1 second. All right. I don't know what was going on with that. Let me do one last thing. Don't you just love tech support? This is why testing. I'm trying to play my sound back through the audio mixer question. Start back at the Amazon. Okay, thank you. I will start back at. Right. I don't know what was going on with that. Let me do one last thing. Don't you just? It's something going on with my mixer. I'm gonna have to reboot it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go reboot it, but I'll do that after the fact. So, hey, if you hear an echo, it's because I'm listening so I can hear what's going on. So, again, my apologies, folks. All right, cool. So, y'all saying start back at the Amazon stuff. Man, I got thrown off on that one. Let's see. All right, so we're back at the Amazon about the mixer. So the question was, how would I set up a sound system for a talkback for? All right, there we go. For a band. So I would look and get like a small little mixer, something like this. This is just the one I just picked, depending on how many musicians you have. And I would just have a cheap mic you can hook up to each one, and then that's how I would send it over to them. It's its own little thing. You just set the mics at the levels, maybe get headphones, and this you can do a splitter that will come off of that so everybody can hear and they talk to each other. If you really wanted to use that to also bring in audio, I would run a line from your main mixer into one of the available inputs, and then that's how everybody can hear. So hopefully that works. Y'all funny. So that's what I would do. So hopefully that makes sense for y'all. And I'm unmuting myself a couple of times just to make sure all the audio is fine. That's funny. So let's see. Let me jump back on y'all. Again, Tangela Brown, hello. No, you're welcome. That is what this is for. I want to be able to help because, again, when I got started, there wasn't anything like this. So I just want this is my motto with anything, folks. It's like we come into a room, and this is the heartbeat of an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur finds a needs and fill it. That's what I do. And as well, this is what we do from a media ministry. The need that all of us are feeling are the fact that some people weren't able to come back to the church when the pandemic was going on. People are sick and shut in, and there's a world of people that haven't been able to reach. And this is filling a need, not just for your church, but is for the true Great Commission that we're supposed to do. So whatever I can do to make that easier, because I know how hard it was for me, that's why I want to make it easier. So Trevor wants to know, what is your turnaround time for PC builds? Typically, it's a week. I actually had a church just buy a presentation system last night. All the parts are going to be here by Wednesday. That takes me 1 day, and I typically ship it out the next day. So about a week turnaround time where I'm shipping it back to you unless you order some specialty stuff. So hopefully that helps. Hello, TT. How are you doing? Back to Dean here. Hey, AJ, I was wondering if you had a chance to use the Cloud Pod from Blackmagic or just the online cloud with DaVinci Resolve. I tried it for the first time and it works well with the ATEM. No, I haven't yet. I've been wanting to play around with it, but I have like a 20 terabyte NAS over here, so I haven't really had a room. But if I bring on a video editor that's not local, I would insist that they use DaVinci Resolve, and then I would do something like that. But I'm glad some other people are using it, so that way we're learning some stuff. So Timothy was saying for the AV cans, he said you're using the AV cans like the smaller one. That's where you use the CMS camera app. So I don't have an AV cans here with me right now, but you would use the app to do that. So if we cut back over here, and let's go to where's it at? I think they moved. Yeah, they moved my folder to this other screen that I don't like when it does that. And that's on the tools. So this is the camera CMS software. This is what you would use for the AV cans. Still the exact same process, honestly, a little bit easier. So when you search for it, so see, I don't have these cameras in here anymore. These are the ones I set up for New Birth down in Roanoke Rapids that we're going to be doing training tomorrow. You would do a search in here, and I don't think anything is going to come up because I don't have anyone that tosses the software. But when they show up, if there was an issue, you would just click on the camera, and because it's talking no matter what IP address it is, as long as it's physically connected to your network, it will show up. So, all right, so I'm still hearing, so I'm good. I would just, when it shows up in the list, you would just click on it and hit modify network information. You can put DHCP, change the IP address. That's how you can do everything there. And then when it comes to the joystick, if you're using the AV cans that I think you're using, they will not respond to a search. There is no HTTP web page interface to answer back that search protocol. So this is where you're going to have to go in here and get the settings for the actual camera, the ports and everything like that. Typically, it's always the default, the 1259, the 5678 if you're using TCP, or UDP is 1259. Get those port numbers, so it'll be the IP address, port number, or IP address and then a port number in your search, and you're going to have to manually add it. But let me know if you have any other questions, and we can see what we can do to help you out. Jason here. Hey, AJ, I have 3 PTZ cameras set up for our live stream and an X32 supplying our sound. I'm gathering the PTZ feeds via NDI OBS. Can you tell me why you prefer SDI and HDMI to ATEM over NDI? Honestly, because of networking issues. Like these cameras that I'm using right now, 2 of them are NDI, but they are not going to be, you can get them in sync, but because they're on a network, unless you well, let me put it this way. Can NDI work? Yes. I use NDI for our countdown stuff that's coming from ProPresenter to OBS, and I use other stuff like that. I personally, depending on the install, typically the installs I've been doing are people that this is like a foreign language to them. And yes, NDI works, but if there's an issue, is anyone adequate enough to understand how to troubleshoot that? It is very easy for me to say, hey, unplug the HDMI, plug it back in, unplug the Ethernet, plug it back in, undo the SDI, plug it back in, than it is for me to talk somebody through going through verifying the IP addresses, verifying traffic, bandwidth speed, settings, how much data is being sent over the network. If somebody specifically asks for it, I will build them exactly what they asked for. But that's the reason why I personally have not used NDI for the entire thing. And the other issue is, if you have, unless you really know your network, like my stuff here is set up, all my smart devices are on a completely different network. My my 10 gigabit network for doing video and stuff like that, that is separate. It's only my 3 computers and my NASs are on that there. So I get the highest speed possible. If you can set up something like that and you know what that is, typically when I use NDI for that, I put it on this entirely different network to where I know and I've dialed it in to where it can handle the speed and there's no issue with traffic. The only other issue is sometimes that video and audio is going to get out of sync. It's not always going to be perfect. When you just turn it on, it always works. That's another thing that I avoid that. Can it work? Yes, it can. But for the average layperson, that's a nightmare. And I don't try and put that in any of the churches I work with hands unless they specifically want that. So hopefully that answers your question. And let me jump through a bunch of these where I was not getting sound. No sound, no sound. Y'all funny. When I didn't have some sound, Mike was like, I'm sure he dropping some. Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah, all the mics were actually unlocked, not muted, but I don't know what that was. I shouldn't have tried something new with there. All right, sound is back, Good. We can hear you. We can hear the echo as well. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that, but we're back here. Make sure. Is my audio back still? All right, audio still working good. All right, so we got the Amazon one, about 10-second delay. Awesome. Oh man, thank y'all for your patience while all this fun stuff was going on. Oh, pressing the wrong button. Come on now, there it goes. I'm trying to take the comment down. Daniel was saying, you have these problems if you were using the Mac. Yeah, I would have these problems if I was using a Mac. Exactly. That's why I'm not using it. Brian Jones, what is going on, sir? Ground Pusher, great name. Let's see. All right, everything is good here. We heard you tap on the mic. Awesome. Let's see. Answer Mr. Question. All right, I just answered Jason's. Ricardo heard me talking to my sister when she called me. Amazon, I think you switched back to the top. Blah, 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 blah. All right, got that. Hey, fam. Hello, AJ. The Decklink Duo be used for display output and capture card at the same time? Yes, it can. You have 3 inputs that are bringing in cameras, and the other one is out. So again, I actually need to label it. So I took it out the system. I have the Intensity Pro 4K. That's what's streaming to my website right now. So one of these would be an out that you can use. You can also, and I didn't mention it, if you have DaVinci Resolve, it actually sees this, so you can bring video directly into DaVinci Resolve using this as well. Also, another piece of tech that I have to review is this IPCOM PoE that Ada Imaging sent me as well too. So be on the lookout. We got that and two USB to 2 HDMI outputs that Ori sent me. We're going to be checking those out. We're going to be giving these away as well too. So be on the lookout, guys, for guys and ladies. We got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be sending out away after we finish up some stuff. Let me see where we're at. Yeah. Fred, okay, wait, he was just telling me where I was at. That Declan Duo, okay. Streets of Destiny, hello. Isaac, he said couldn't hear his question. If I use the A10 Mini with SDI inputs, and is there a downgrade in quality? No, there is no downgrade in quality. Let me put it this way. It is, you're not going to notice it. The average person is not going to notice it. So you're good. It's not like it's going to go from like HD to SD or something like that, but you are really good to go with that. Also, second question, what will your PC build look like if you're building a presentation system that will also be used for live streaming? Personally, I would not do that. But if I did, I would just make sure that, especially for that, I would have like a dedicated GPU and have more than enough horsepower. So like the presentation system that I'm building for a church that I'm going to send out next week is a Ryzen 7 5700G, which is more than enough. It's the base of that. That has this GPU in there. That's more than enough for presentation. Honestly, the CPU and the GPU is fast enough to live stream itself. So most likely, if you wanted a system like that, I would probably go with a Ryzen 7 and higher, just because the processor is fast enough to handle the encoding and any other work that you're doing. I wouldn't throw in video editing at the same time. That would be too much on that system, but that would be mainly it. Memory is really cheap right now, so I would go with 32 gigs of memory, to be quite honest. And a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD is like going for $30. So it is a great time to build a system right now. Timothy, I'm sorry, he was saying, no, you're using the Famaco. That's strange. It should show up in that interface. All the Famacos have that web interface. What's the, oh, you told me the model, the FM20 SDI. I think that's the same one I have in my church. I think that's yeah, this is the exact one that I use in my church. You do have, that interface is there. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but nah, this is the exact one that I have, and I've installed a bunch of them. That interface is there. Yeah, that's very strange, because that's how I can get into it, and it looks exactly the same interface. So I'm not sure. Are you able to connect to it fine? Are you able to control it fine? Let me know, because by default, they have it set to, if you don't have the newest firmware, I don't know when you got it, but the IP address is like 192.168.5.163 by default. But I need a little bit more info to try and help you walk through that. Maybe I can't. No, I can turn on the cameras from here. Let me see. Let me see if I can turn the camera on at my church, and let me see if I can remote in, because that's the exact same one that I have there. That's the rack. All right, I can turn the video rack on. So let me see if I can remote in, and we'll go through that to see if we can help you out. Let's go here. Let's give it a second, because I think the camera is starting up. Pick a time. 2 a.m. There it goes. All right. So it should be up, and I don't remember the IP address off the top of my head. I think it's 240 or something like that. So these are the Famacos. There's all our Unify stuff. Just trying to see where it is. Also, I'm using advanced IP scanner, which I like because it does give the interface as well. You see the little arrow when it's has any different type of protocols that are running, which is mainly the web interface. That's the PC. Come on now. I don't remember off the top of my head what that is. Yay, maybe it'll come back up in memory. 243, I think that's it. Scan one more time, because it's cycling through the cameras. I'm just waiting for it to show up, and then we have a page. 'Cause I think that is one. 241. Or I may have removed it from the startup procedure. It may. If I'm not seeing it on the list, then I might not be able to do it. Clifford, I'm jumping ahead, was asking which one is better, AV cans versus the Famaka, which is better in the quality. Honestly, they're using the same chipset, so it's not really a difference. They're exactly the same. The only difference is a little bit of the software, but the sensor is the exact same size, is actually the exact same sensor, so the quality is going to be exactly the same. I don't think, yeah, I think I must have removed it because nothing is starting up on this side, so I must have removed that, so my apologies there. That's the video rack, so that's probably just only powering the digital wall, so that probably turned on. Everybody's like, what in the world was that? So sorry about that. We're gonna have to cycle back our and I know I'm not going to my church anytime soon because I'm gonna be out of town again this weekend, but we'll see what we can do. Preston, it might just be me. I wasn't talking up, and I got the mic pretty cranked, but I can turn up my audio a little bit on the ATEM, and I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. I mean, I'm right in the middle of yellow going into red, so hopefully that makes it better for you. WDK Digital Designs. AJ, I'm getting ready to say my own name wrong. I'm using 2 webcams via OBS for my church live stream. Is there a way to enhance or optimize the sound coming in on the webcam mic? Honestly, the best way is to bring in from the webcam mic is meant for an individual. It's not meant for an entire environment. So to get a better sound, you're going to have to get a better mic, or preferably come from your house sound, and that's connected through the line in on your computer, or you can get like an audio interface that will send the audio from your sound system over XLR, quarter inch, whichever cable that you got, into your computer. That would be the best way to do that. And which board are you using? Because you may have USB out on the board, and that can work as well too. Back to Imran. I tried the ATEM reset, but it still doesn't work. And I think, the answer was, I was saying, if it pops up, did you get all the way to the point where you went to the setup and it's asking to push the new firmware again? Or did it die? If it died and it doesn't show up at all and allow you to do that firmware update, unfortunately, it might be dead. I would look to call Blackmagic and put a support call. That's what I would think, because doing that reset requires you to connect it over USB to a computer, go to the setup, and it's going to push a new firmware update to it. So it's wiping out everything and redoing the firmware that's going to it. So if you can't do that, and if it's not showing up, try a different cable. If you have, try a different port. If none of that works, it might be that the ATEM is dead. Sorry about that. All right, I answered that one. Gabriel. Hey, AJ, I'm trying to get rid of the AV Cans PTZ. Where do you think is the best place to sell it? Well, my personal opinion, if you're able to, donate it to another church that's able to use it. If not, if you want to be able to sell it, I would say if you can do it on our Facebook group, but please you're asking me. If you put it on our Facebook group, you can go ahead. Please, nobody else do that. Just ask one of the admins, me or one of the admins to do that, because I don't want that to turn into a selling page or a recruitment page for hiring people. Run it through the admin first, because we want to keep it slim. But if you're on the Facebook group, yeah, you can go ahead and offer that and on the Modern Media Ministry page. Clifford. Hi, what is your suggestion for a camera for live streaming events? AVCans, NDI, SDI auto tracking versus the Sony MC80 or the Panasonic G85. I would go with the Panasonic G85. The AI tracking is good, but it's not good enough yet for sports because it's going to track one person and it's going to go ballistic if you have a lot of people following at the same time. Even if you did wide, I personally don't think that the auto tracking is good enough for sports yet. So I would go with maybe the Panasonic. I haven't messed with the Sony MC88. I have worked with the Panasonic G85. I would think that would be a good option for you. Kokomo Jones. I just ordered the BV box set for wireless testing. Is there a certain camera battery bank you use? No, I actually have not used that. I just use the default stuff, so I haven't even gone into having to use extra external batteries or anything like that. So you are a step ahead of me, sir. But let me know how that works, because again, I need to start getting into more mobile stuff. And I told y'all last week I'm looking at buying a portable solar battery pack, like from EcoFlow or from AVCans. EcoFlow, if you're watching, I'd love for you to send me one and I'll test it out for live streaming on the go. But it comes with solar panels, so you can charge it, but then have solar panels to give you off the grid power. So I'm looking at doing something like that as well too. Daniel, still messing with the Mac. And Jay was saying you were using a Mac. You wouldn't have that problem. Also, how do I stream directly to my website? Well, if you use the Mac, that's the problem. I mean, everything is running so smooth because I'm not using a Mac. But how do you go to your website? Again, I'll show you. I'm using Vimeo right now. That's what I do for my church. That's what I'm using right now. So how I do that, let's actually go to both so y'all can see what I'm doing. So this is the behind the scenes of Vimeo, and this is the stream that I have set up. Here's my old church. Here's my church. Here's Bible study. Here's the graduation that I did. So I'm going to use mine. So this is what I have streaming. And you're going to see you're going to see it. We're going into infinity. And this gives me the code so that I can actually embed this. So if I go to event setup, see, I can go to the embed and it gives me my embed code right here. So when I do that, and I do this for my church page as well too. So if I go to AJaytheCEO.com, if y'all didn't know, if anything ever happens, I'm always streaming to the website as well too. I can go here to live streams, and on this page, I've embedded the chat and everything here. That's how I'm able to do that. Now, YouTube, Facebook, they do the same thing. So let's see if can we do this live? Let's see. Let me go in here. I'm going to just set up a dummy page. I'll just use it on the live stream one. So I'm going to edit this page right now. If you're going to, YouTube and Facebook do it, but realize since they've made the change, you are constantly going to have to make this code change and update the URL every single time. So if I go here to youtube.com/AJaytheCEO, and I go to this live stream here, there should be an embed right there. So we would take that code, and you need to make sure you have access to the back end of your website, or you have somebody that's able to do it. I would add a block. I am just going to do, and I'm using Squarespace for mine, but the concepts are still the same. I would add code, not code. I need embed. So I would come in here and I would do a code snippet, and I paste my code, and there's the stream that we're watching right now. So it won't let me play it right now because we're streaming it live. So if I slide this down here and save the page. So this is that one. And as you can see, that's how I've just embedded. The same thing works with Facebook. You have to go in and get that code. I like Vimeo because it stays the same. I don't have to change this anytime. So if I go to Signs and Wonders, the same way. If I have church services, I set it up the exact same way. This is the page where we have where it's streamed to Vimeo. Vimeo has restream features built in. It restreams to other places. Again, that's like $900 a year. That's for business. I use it for other purposes. Or I've had another church. You can stream with Vimeo. You can stream 3 events at the same time. So I've had other churches, they've sublet that lease out to multiple people. So instead of it being the church paying $900 a year, they can handle 3. They split it with another church, and they each pay $300 a year. And now they have the ability to stream as much as they want. So that is an option as well too. Holy Fire Tabernacle, great name. Hi AJ, we're learning so much from your channel so far. We are using a Panasonic HC V770, great camera, along with the A10 Mini Pro. Now we fixed the V770 to the roof. Okay. To the roof, put it upside down. How do you change the setting? Unfortunately, with those type of camcorders, you cannot flip them upside down unless you do it inside the software. Now you could, can you rotate in the ATEM? Let me see. You're pushing my limits on what I can do, but I think that's good. We're also learning some new stuff. So for example, say I want to flip this, and I do the super source. So I don't think there's a rotate in here that could do that. Even if you did a DVE, there is a rotation there, but I don't think the ATEM will allow you to do that. So like if I turn this on, see, there's no rotation option is there. I don't think this ATEM will allow you to do it. So what I would do in that, I would honestly just get an extension arm that can actually flip it upside down, or get an arm so that it sets upright. I don't think that camcorder will allow you to flip it upside down. There's no auto rotation built into it, and I am not aware of anything unless, like for example, if you did OBS, and let's cut back over here. So like in here, and I'm gonna use one of the NDI's inputs that we got. And this will be, let's use the Famaco one. So if I did something like this and you were sending it some way into like a computer like this, but you're using the A10 Mini Pro. So I know that's not going to work directly, but like if you had something like this, you could, you know, do a transformation and rotate it 180 degrees, and you can do something like that. But yeah, I am not sure. I don't think the A10 Mini Pro, or I'm using the A10 Mini Extreme, it does not have that function to be able to do a rotate like that. Ground Pusher. I'm getting ready to build a PC for the church media area. What's the biggest part I should focus on? Put as much horsepower as you possibly can, and hard drive space is really cheap right now. I would just say make sure your power supply is more than enough. I would say 600 watt or higher, preferably 800 to 1,000. And then what type of motherboard are you using? Look for future growth. Like I use a lot of the micro ATX boards because they're meant to be like for streaming. But I've recently been moving, like my presentation systems have been moving to the Fractal Design. What is the name of this case? I've been moving to it to where it just helps out a ministry, and I'm getting away from using the micro ATX cases so that I can actually give more space for the system to grow. So this is the parts that I've recently used. Let's get logged in here. And I actually ordered 2 more of these cases. This is the Focus 2 because they were actually on sale. They were marked down from $80 to $40, so half price off. So I got them. I'm about ready to move these NZXTs over to this, so all of my systems are the same. But this can fit an ATX motherboard. So I still may use the micro ATX, but I want to have the case being big enough because the other case I used to use was the same price. Why not get a bigger one? And then again, the 1 terabyte drive is dirt cheap right now. This is the Ryzen 7. I only put 16 gigs, but it's very easy to go. And this is the motherboard I'm starting to use. So again, you see that 1 terabyte NVMe is going for like $35. This was going for 177, and that is not 350. I don't know why that was not the market price for this. But anyway, and I went with this one because the Ryzen 5 5600G was 140. $30 for more cores, more threads, faster performance. Why not? Memory, like I said, $38 for 16 gigs. Like last year, it was like 70 for the same thing. And then this motherboard is going for 109. And if I went with the original one, I still have not moved to the Series 5 yet. I've not built one of those yet. See, this motherboard is the same price as the one that I just showed you. So these have gone up to 109, but then this one is 109. And it also has Wi-Fi if you really wanted that. No, actually, I'm sorry, I'm misquoting. This one does not have Wi-Fi built in it, but I'm able to get the same performance at the same price, but I have more expanded growth. So go with an ATX board, get a full-size case, and then with this one, I don't know why I keep cutting over here so fast, it gives me more space. So with that APU, I'm using all these slots are freed up. But if I ever want to add a new GPU, I have the space for it. If I wanted to add another capture card, I got space for it. If I want to add a second NVMe, because it has 2 slots, you could do that. I like, when I'm building my PCs, how much more growth can it handle? And I think I answered this one already. There's no difference. The quality is exactly the same because they're using the same chips. Mike, we're preparing for an outdoor service this Sunday, but the weather is not looking good. We need good weather tomorrow for the dry run on Sunday. Please pray God will move in wind and rain. Hey, what manner of man is this that he can speak to the waves and the wind and it stops? So I am trusting and believing that he would do that so that y'all can go forth in ministry and be able to not be disturbed in that way. So praying for that and touching and agreeing. Streets of Destiny. Let me know when you get the X32 training for a quick reference, especially USB cable connection. Yeah, I actually have that up. Did that one still not work for you? I'm actually learning to mess with the wing right now. It's helping the church with that. We'll go. If it failed, try on another system. If you get the exact same thing, yeah, I would go ahead and try and do that. Try and do a RMA and see if they can get it fixed. Standalone, there is nothing in that price range that gives you the functionality of that. I would honestly see about if anybody would be up to splitting that up to, because I mean, I used a coupon for mine, and I got mine every year. I find a coupon that gets like 15% off. So instead of $900, I'm paying like maybe $680. But you got to think, if you use Restream, that gives you that same functionality. Restream, let's look at that. Let's see what that's going for. So if we look at pricing out on this, again, if we use this yearly with the professional, that gives you, I don't think you need to do professional. Let's say you just use standard. That's going to go for around like almost $200 a year. And that's billed monthly. I thought there was one that says billed annually. So first we need to see, will it give us our own embed? Because they used to have that feature for free. And then they put it as something else. Remove the branding. Cross-platform. Yeah. Stream it 720p. Why did they do that? Okay, so if you wanted to do this, you would have to be this if you want to do 1080p. And that's $500 a year if you use them. Again, find 2 other churches. Even at this, if you found 2 other churches and 3 of y'all went in at full price, y'all are still getting more functionality than what Restream is offering you. And it's cheaper. So that's what I would be. I understand it's expensive, but in comparison, leverage some other people with that, and you'll be able to get some good stuff with it. Otis. Hello, sir. Hope you're staying cool there. Ground Pusher. I am an AMD fan right now. Hey, send me an email, man. I am willing to travel. Oh, that reminds me, I didn't get a chance to announce it. I did post it. Folks, I've been talking about this for so long, and I am so excited that I can officially say September 3rd through the 7th, we are going to London. Yay! I was talking to Shane and some other people. I will be there in the area. Really excited. I'm going to be a super tourist. I'm going to be beyond a tourist when I'm there. But if y'all are in the area, I mean, I'm going to be there. I mean, the whole first day is going to be traveling. So I'm physically going to be there for like 2.5 days. But hey, if y'all are in the area, I'd love to catch up with y'all. I wanted to stay there for a week, but some plans changed. So I have another cruise going on in November to celebrate some birthday stuff. So had to divert some funds for that. But I'm really excited that this has been something I've been wanting to do for so long. So I'm very thankful that the opportunity has opened up to be able to do that. So really looking to, if any of y'all are in that area, I'm really hoping to get over to Paris for a day as well too. So really excited. So Daniel, man, if you are on professional, man, you just got to find one other church and you can link that up. Pay the same amount that you're paying, but put it towards your Vimeo and have the other people pay the difference. And I promise you, you will be very happy with that. Philip Pohl, hey AJ, can I do live stream in YouTube under private? Yeah, you can, but no one else can see it except for you. So yes, I do that all the time when I'm testing my stuff out. Anthony, hey, AJ, my church is looking to add 2 monitors for our sanctuary of 45 and 50-inch TVs. What style mounts would you recommend? The ceiling is about 25 to 30 feet high. How big is the sanctuary? Because I'm going to be honest, a 45 to 50, once they are mounted, they're going to look like a 10 and a 13-inch when it's up there. But let me show you the mounts that I use. I use this brand that I have been very, very happy with. So, I'm going to the wrong one. I wanted Super Source. That's what I wanted. So let me go to my shopping cart because a lot of these are there. This mount I've used multiple times. I think this goes up to a 75-inch. And then the other mount that I use, that's for the long extension ones. I did use those, and I'll give you 2 options for those because I've used both of these. Where is I need to look at my orders so I can tell you exactly the one that I used. Yeah, this is the one, the Mount Up. This one goes up to a 80, actually it's 85. This is the one I've used, and these are rock solid. Really, really, really good mounts right here. So I'll include both of them. And then this is the one that I've used at Community Independent Methodist, and I paid $150 for these, and these are at half price, and now they're even lower. So I will put a link to both of these, and that will cover the same range if you're still using those monitors as well too. That I forgot the length on this. I forgot the length on this monitor, how long that extension is. Yeah, it doesn't say. Yeah, I can't remember, and I don't see where it says, but I'll put a link to both of these on here for y'all. And actually, this is from, I had it saved for later because that's 2 of these are what I'm going to be using for, I think, Shiloh Baptist Church. I'm going to be doing that. Ceiling TV mounts. And I spelled mounts wrong. Sorry about that. And then the other ones that I have, these are the wall mounts, and they have been rock solid for 3+ years on. So TV wall mount. There you go. Have that in the chat for you. Streets of Destiny is saying it's like you having a challenge with specific channels. Okay, it must be a routing because typically the USB will give everything, whatever mix that you have, might have to go through whatever specific channels. Do you have it? Do you have a certain mix going to it? Because what you would do is, and I don't have that anymore to go through it here physically, but the idea is you would make whatever mix that you want, make that as a mix, then assign that mix to one of your outs, 1 through 8, and then pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and assign that to the USB, and that's what goes. And then in your mix, you turn up whatever channel that's going to that mix. That's what would be a good one. Daniel, yeah, I could fly from there, but again, that would eat up all of my travel time and everything like that, and I'll be flying the entire time and just have some sand in my toes and then have to get back. I want to spend some more time with there. But will Vimeo give me the same studio stuff? Yes, it will. They've updated it to where you can get a lot of stuff. I honestly don't even use it like that because I'm doing all of my stuff like this, but I need to do a refresher because they have added some more stuff. So like if I come in here and I do a live streaming event, and see, I can create a live broadcast here, and then I could actually use stream through the browser, and it gives me a similar layout here. I can do scenes, I can bring in guests, I can play videos, I can do images, I can do slides, I can add my own brand, lower thirds, stuff like that. I can do auto closed captioning, I can do polls, I can do Q&A. You can have your backstage chat with just whoever's there. Then you have your chat with your audience. So yeah, they didn't have this originally, but yes, all that stuff that you have in Restream, but you don't have to worry about the branding, is done as well too. And again, you can run 3 of those going on at the same time, because if y'all were around and we did the E-Missionary Conference, which we are going to bring back, we were using Vimeo to handle all of that, and all those classes were going on all at the same time using Vimeo. Hey, I am looking for it. I am looking forward to it. Back to Philip Paul. Okay, but if, say, I do private, then can I set it public later on? Yes, you can. I don't think you can switch it while you're doing it, though. You can do it private and then make it public. Yes, you could do that. Like I got a couple of videos that I've set out to come out 5 years from now that I did privately, and then it'll switch over. So yes, you could. Well, Reggie, hey, what's going on? Philip Paul, does the ATEM Mini Pro able to stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time? No. Or do I need to go through another website, multi-stream? You would need to use that like a Restream or something like that to do it, or have the ATEM stream to one place, have the ATEM connected to another computer over USB, have that computer stream to the other place. That's how you can do it for free. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's like Rick James. Come on. You got to, man. It works really good. It really does. Bishop Michael was saying Vimeo needs to change their policy on email addresses, not accepting Gmail for churches. Really? Mine is set up like that, and I'm able to get in. Maybe I wonder if I was grandfathered in. That's how I'm able to get into it. But I don't know. It seems like it's working fine there. Again, folks, my apologies for the audio. I am so, first off, very thankful of how everything is. I don't want to say I procrastinated. We've been busy helping out a bunch of ministries. I am going on now 3 weeks behind on my podcast. I got a bunch of them that we're going to be dropping. I meant to record it this morning, but I had to do some cleaning up. I have some friends over here that are hanging out working upstairs, so I had to get the stuff straight for that. And then I'm going to got to go to First Union Baptist Church here in a little bit. They're having an issue with their Thor HDMI, so I'm getting ready to leave out of here to go do that. Then I also have to do some old school tech support. That's going to be this afternoon, and then we're going to be in Roanoke Rapids. We finished the install there. Y'all did? I don't think I did the video for that. I don't think I did. But we did that. We added the speakers on the wall, put their PTZs up, and their team is going to be there because we've had a hit or miss schedule, but we're going down there to train them, to get them up to speed with Pro Presenter, the new cameras, the streaming, everything. We're going to be down there for like 4 hours. Then they're going to be back catching up with some friends, some old friends. They went to a different church and they're running the media and they want some help. So I'm going to be sitting in with them on Sunday to help them out. And we're going to be bouncing around. And I am beyond thankful. When this thing started, it used to be just me talking to myself. And yes, I get tired from doing and traveling as much as I do, but it's so rewarding to know that I can see that what I'm doing is helping the kingdom. I don't know if y'all understand that. Ministers, preachers, you probably understand that, but to see a ministry have nothing and now they're reaching people beyond the walls, impacting more people than they ever have in the last like 25, 50, and sometimes 100 years, that brings me so much happiness to do it. So yeah, I'm tired, but I'm really excited about what we're going to do. And then especially meet some of y'all that are in London, in the UK, and we're going to try and spread our wings and reach some more other places as well too. So I'm really excited about what we're doing. Be on the lookout for what I talked about last time. I meant to do it this morning, but I'm gonna set up a form so that y'all can register. If you want to help, if I'm in the area, I'll send out an email when I'm in the area. So if y'all be notified when it's like, hey, is somebody in Baltimore? If you want to catch up and lend a helping hand to some of the projects that we're doing, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to have that up there pretty soon. I'm going to have it by tomorrow. I mean, not by tomorrow, by next weekend, by next live stream, I'll have that in place. But anyway, folks, I'm cutting it short. My apologies for all the other stuff that I had. Let me answer 2 more questions, and then let me answer these last 3, and then we're going to do. And then we're going to be up out of here. A follow-up to the Panasonic G85 and the Canon M200 for live streaming. The Canon has dual pixel autofocus. The popular view is Panasonic has poor autofocus. Thoughts? I mean, I do like the Canons. That has always been my camcorder of choice outside of that Panasonic V770. That does have an added bonus. Canon's autofocus is awesome. I like the Panasonic's color science, though. So I don't know. I would probably stick with if you're doing a lot of motion and stuff like that, go for the dual pixel autofocus. Reggie. Hey, AJ, we use vMix A10 Mini Stream now. I want to use Pro Presenter to show scripture. What's the best way to bring it in? Through the A10. Just bring it in through another channel and do it all through the A10. And that's easy. That's how I'm doing the stuff I'm doing right now. The only thing that y'all are seeing through vMix is this. Everything else is being done through the A10. Brian was saying, been using Restream for a minute. Might be fun to do a Vimeo Restream feature contest. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Vimeo is going to beat it hands down because Vimeo bought Livestream. If y'all remember, Livestream was live streaming before everybody, and Vimeo bought them out, and then everybody started live streaming Facebook, YouTube, and stuff like that. So Vimeo, under live stream, that's what Mercedes, BMW, all the companies were using. So that's what they were using for their function. So their pedigree is a whole lot deeper. Now, probably YouTube beats them just from sheer quantity of how many people are now able to do it. But Vimeo's got their stuff. And also, I like Vimeo because they ain't people there to hit you with fraudulent copyright claims. That's another added benefit to that. When we used to stream, we had our praise dancers, we would put it on Vimeo and we didn't have no issues because we weren't doing nothing stupid, but we never got hit for anything like that. But that's awesome. Let me fire these last ones away. So I don't know if you answered while you were muted. What's the easiest way to set up a talkback? I have a Mackie 8 mix. Yeah, I would just do that. Have a small mixer. Have the mic set up to the musicians, have them split headphones so they're talking to each other so it's separate from the system if you don't have it. If you have like a system that supports talkback stuff, I would do it that way. That's how I have mine. I had a mic set up for all of the musicians at Signs and Wonders. They have a mic. It's routed to a talkback mix, and that's on their P16. That's only going to them. Those mics are not routed into the same system. It's only going to the talkback mix. That's how they do it. If you don't do it that way, getting a small mixer just for the mics, and everybody shares a headphone, in ears, or whatever, so that they can talk. That would be the easiest way to do that, because those P16s are around like $175 to $250 each, compared to you spend $250 and maybe another $50 to $100 on mics and cables and headphones, and you're good to go. You are welcome. Nikki wants to know, for those that share Restream Vimeo, can you separate profiles? I don't know about Restream Vimeo. You can. So, like, for example, I'm gonna be careful how I do this, because I don't want to put all the information like that. So if I go back here to my Vimeo, and especially at this level, you can actually have business accounts. So I have a team in here. So I have my stuff, I have Signs and Wonders, and then I have Antioch. There are those logins, and I make them contributors, and they can come in to do that stuff. That's how that works. And I set up their live stream. I set it up to where they can stream to. So if I come back out of here, let's go back here one more time. And if I go to the live stream, so I'm going to look at Antioch's. Inside of here, their destination, see, I have it linked to their Facebook. I have it linked to their Restream. Their Restream is going to, that's how I got around the YouTube stuff. I could have gone to the YouTube directly, but I have Restream because they still stream to, I don't think they're aware of it. There you go. It goes to YouTube and Twitch. That's how I do that. But I could have linked those directly. That's that one. So their profiles are completely separate. If I go to Signs and Wonders, see, now this one is linked, just this stream is linked to Facebook, their YouTube page, and their Twitch account. These are custom that you can make. And then if I go to mine, I don't think it'll let me show this. Yeah, so my destinations, see, I have my Facebook page turned off, and I have my YouTube turned off because I'm streaming directly to YouTube from vMix. So either one of these work. I could have turned these on if I was using PhoneLiveStream. That's how I turned that on. And there's my YouTube one. So yes, you can separate them, and we do not step on each other's toes. You can have unique destinations for each person that's linked to it. See, Dan, you weren't on here. You weren't on the live stream when I said it. I said, I'm going to just show up at your church one day. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to sit back up there and just pop up in there. That way you won't even know. I'm just going to just show up one day. All right, last one. Gene here. Thanks for the live stream and great answers to the questions. Have to go to work. Hey, you have a great one, folks. And a big shout out to all of my supporters. If you just started supporting, I haven't had a chance to add you on here, but you will be the next time I do it. And again, thank you so much. If you like what we're doing here, you can always become a Patreon supporter by going to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO. Or you can click the join button down below here on YouTube, become a YouTube member. What do you do when you get that? There are different benefits that we do. Again, my giveaways are open to everybody, but you can only enter once. Anybody that supports me, I add you into the system twice so that you have 2 times the chance. I also have discounts on any of the consultations when you're in a certain level. You get access to our roundtables that are normally private, that we're not live streaming to, and just doing other ways to give back and help out. So I really appreciate that. And also, if no one's ever told you, thank you for what you're doing. Your church, your ministry would be missing something if you were not there. Don't despise where you're at. Don't despise the fact that no one sees the vision that you have. When God called you, he didn't call a conference call. He called you. He has equipped you to do what you need to do and give you the skills and the interest to do it. And the things that are starting out small, do not despise small beginnings. What you do can impact your church, your state, your city, your country. You do not know. But thank you for what you're doing. I know I'm not a part of your ministry, but guess what? We're all a part of the body of Christ. When you do something that helps more people hear the message of Jesus Christ, guess what? We all win. And that's what it's all about. I hope what I do helps make your journey a little bit easier. Again, I don't know everything, but hopefully what I'm doing will help encourage you and make your path and your journey a little bit easier. I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is. And we'll be catching with y'all and talking with y'all on the next video, folks. Later.